Hey guys, it's Hex here. Has this ever happened to you? You're riding your horse, and then all of a sudden, there's a giant lake. What's that? What is this thing? Huh. Why, it's my new ferry boat. That's what it is. It's a ferry boat. So, yeah, I built this ferry boat for this very purpose, to have, if you have basically a horse, and then, and then you can't cross some water, and it's too far to build a bridge, then you can have a ferry boat. This would also work like if you wanted to put villagers in it, although the villagers jump out the sides, you have to put the villagers into some mine carts to get this going. But this is your ferry boat, and it goes across all the way to the other side. Now I tried to make it look like a boat. Of course we have to have these annoying piston things, pushing blocks, and I'm also running recording software and my replay mod right now, so it's kicking out a bunch of ghost blocks. I really hope they fix that in the upcoming update, but who knows. So it looks like a boat. It's actually at water level here, but it does have these you know, the piston flying machines going in order to push the thing, which is okay. Especially if you're on the horse, you can, you know, have a look around. If you're down low, this kind of blocks your view, but it's cool. It's cool. All right, here comes the other station on the other side, and it works both directions. So if you press the button again, and you can go back the other way. And I decided to show you guys this in a survival or in a creative world with terrain and everything, rather than my normal redstone demonstration type world, just because I wanted you to see what you could do with it, because you know, we have wings now and there's no point in using ferry boats and stuff if you can just fly over the water. But if you want to ride your horse around, then you can totally do that, and then woo, right up the hill or whatever, right? So man, that's a lot of ghost blocks. Apologize on behalf of Minecraft for these ghost blocks. But anyways, then if you want to go back the other way, you just simply press the button and across you go. Works great. All right, well, I found a suitable location for our tutorial here. So you can do a span that's a lot farther than this. I was just going to go right here, and then obviously, like, this is not the best place for a station, but I was just trying to find one that was close by. So you can go quite a bit farther than this. You can go all the way across a huge ocean if you wanted to, and it works just fine. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing you want to do is build your boat and figure out where it's going to be. Now, what you need to do is make it so that it's about 2 or 3 blocks away from the shore. So if this is the shore, then you're going to put it like 1, 2, and let's start at 3. Let's start right there. That's good. Okay, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3 wide, and then you're going to go and pull out your, let's pull out some stair blocks. And you can build this out of whatever material you want, but I do recommend that you build it so that you have the ability to use stair blocks. So anything that has stair blocks and half slabs can be used to make the boat. All right, so the one. So now we're going to go 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do another row of 3 solid blocks. Like that. Okay, another way to do this is if you make like little compartments in here. So like you could go maybe like this way, across here, and then of course have that connect to maybe make that a thing. Then you can have like multiple different compartments, because as you notice, the as the boat moves along, the horse and rider get kind of pushed to the very back of the boat. So you could make multiple compartments using half slabs and full slabs and things like that, but this is going to be exactly the same as the example. Okay, and then we're going to put half slabs all in here. So there's 8 of those. All right, that's your boat. All right, next what you're going to do is you're going to take your slime blocks and you're going to go back 1 space. So that's the beginning slime block, and of course these need to be removed or turned into immovables or something so that the slime blocks won't stick, and then you'll have 3 across like that. All right, next you're going to go into your inventory and you're going to pull out some pistons, and you want 3 pistons. They have to be regular pistons, okay? No stickies here. So 1, 2, and 3 regular pistons like that. Okay, now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So we're going to go out one, across, regular pistons facing the boat, just like that. Okay, now you have to make your first major decision. Which side of this thing do we want our dock on, and which side do we want the flying machine engines on? So as I'm looking across the way, I'm thinking we should put them on this side, so the dock is going to be on the left-hand side. All right, so then take a sticky piston, and you're going to put it right here, facing, excuse me, facing backward like this. Okay, and then you're going to put a slime block on its face, and then you're going to do the same thing right here. Put a sticky piston facing that way. These do have to be sticky pistons. Okay, so then on this side here, you're going to do the same thing, and I'm going to put a sticky piston facing this way right here. So I'm going to have to cut into our shore a little bit, unfortunately, and we'll fix that later. And then you're going to put a sticky, whatever that thing's called, right there, and then a sticky piston facing that way. So these have to be stickies for the engine, and I'm bouncing. Boing, boing, boing. Okay. All right, sweet. So now here comes kind of the tricky / annoying part. What you have to do is then on top of each one of these, you're going to place an observer facing down. But what you need to do first is put some immovable blocks in place. I'm going to use obsidian for now, but any immovable block will work. I was using furnaces in the other game, in like the example block of coal. Why can't I ever find the block that I'm looking for? Yay, I found the thing. Okay, so you're going to put a block right there, and then we're going to put one right there. That'll keep it from taking off while you put these in place. Okay, so then what you need to do, like I said, is put these facing down. So in other words, the output facing down in here. So the way that I do this is I put some blocks above it. I'm just using observers because it's easy and creative. But in survival, I probably use like a regular block that's easier to break or something. And then you have to put and shift click and shift click and shift click and place it down like that. What in the world? My shift click's not working. Okay, then you're going to do that to all three of these. Why are you doing that? 2 and one more. 3. It's so weird why it's doing that. Okay, and then you're going to put one more facing like this. Okay. So all of those are facing up on top of all those slime blocks. And then we're going to do the other side. All right, 10 years later, we have all of those placed so that they're facing upwards. Okay. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put in your activating mechanism. So this needs to come back by one block right here. And then on top of those, we're going to place some redstone repeaters like this. 1, 2, and 3. And bear with me while I reset the time. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing right here. Now this repeater has to be on 4 ticks. Super important that that repeater is on 4 ticks and that these are on a single tick. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to place blocks behind those, one there, and then we're going to start heading this direction like this. Okay, now in my tutorial, or in the example version, I just went all the way across like this, right there, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. And then you need to go up 1, right there. Okay, like that. All right, and then you're going to go ahead and put a repeater here. And then on this, you're going to put a piston. It can be sticky or regular, but I just use regular. And then you're going to put redstone on all of this. And then I also put a repeater right there on 4 ticks. There we go. Okay, next you have to choose a place to put your button. All right, so anywhere along here is fine since you kind of end up writing in the back. I like to put mine like right here, maybe on this one, but it doesn't matter. You just put that, and then I'll just use a stone button right there, like that. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that none of this water is like moving like that. And there's a reason for that. It's because that if you have like, one of the struggles I had building this in the actual creative world, rather than in my redstone testing world, was the fact that like the water sometimes makes like this big trough. And I'll show you, hopefully on the screen right now, a picture of the big trough that I'm talking about. And so you can eliminate that by doing a couple of different things that I'll show you in a little bit. All right, the very last thing that you might want to do is to create the dock portion. So the portion where you can ride your horse over. I use some furnaces, so we're going to go with furnaces. If we can find furnaces, there's some furnaces. That's not a furnace. That's a furnace. There we go. And then you're just going to come out and create your dock along here. So these have to be immovable blocks along here. So I'm just using furnaces. You could use obsidian or the glazed terracotta block of some sort or whatever. And then I'm going to place one there. And then along here, these can be whatever. So I'm just going to use some regular blocks like this along here. There we go. There's our dock. Okay, one thing, the very last thing you need to do is on top of these, you're going to place the, I forgot to do this earlier, so I have to reblock this right here. Sorry about this. With some obsidian right there. Okay, so I'm reblocked that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in these wooden trapdoors on here, because this is what actually activates those observers right there. Okay, and remember to have this thing on 4 ticks, super important. Okay, now we'll break this block again, and we'll give it a button push, and we'll see how we do. There we go. All right, it's taking off, and this is what I mean by the ugly trough of water. So I don't know why it does this. I really don't, but I'll show you how to fix it in a little bit. All right, so as this thing is coming across, we're going to take a look here and see where we might want it to land. We're going to have some trouble with this stone right here. That's going to be a major bummer because it's going to get stuck on that. Let's see. Oh, no, it didn't. That's weird. How come it didn't get stuck on the stone there? Oh, I guess it was 2 under. Okay, sweet. All right, so right here is where it got stuck. So then if it gets stuck like this, what you want to do is you can just go ahead and block this side real quick. And then I'm just going to put a piece of redstone on top of here, and that will activate that right there. And then it's going to push it back, so you got to go quick. There you go. Okay, like that. Sweet. So now here is our other side. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing on this side as far as the activator. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take and put some blocks behind these guys just so it doesn't take off. So I like to put it right behind that piston. It works pretty well. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put blocks behind these like that, 2 back, and then 2 back there, and then 1 more there. And then you're going to put a block right there, and then extend this all the way to the front. Oops, not there. And that should do it. And then 1 up like that. Then we're going to take out our regular piston. Of course, I took it out of my inventory. And we're going to put it there. Okay. So this is exactly the same as the other side, just mirrored. There we go. Repeater there. Piece of redstone there. Block here. Button. Redstone. All the way across there, and there. And then we're going to take our repeaters. Repeater there on 4 ticks. And then I usually do another repeater right here. I don't know if it's necessary on 4 ticks. That's the way I had it in my tutorial video. Actually, this button shouldn't be here. But yeah, for some reason, that's where I'm putting it. Okay. There we go. Sweet. Like that. Okay, then the very last thing, don't forget this again, Hex. Go ahead and put your trapdoors on top of these. Now, if you don't like the trapdoor look, if you would rather have these blocks be something else, you could use redstone lamps, you could use fence gates, anything that is activated by by these, whatever these are called, repeaters. Anything that's activated by those. You might have to mess with the timing if you use something other than trapdoors, but I think redstone lamps have the same timing. Okay, and that should be it. So then we should push this button again and send it forward, and we'll see if on this side we have the same issue with our water. Okay, one thing to go ahead and check to make sure that these are, yeah, that one needed to be broken there. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Here we go. Let's give it a test. Nope, something happened wrong. What's the deal? What? Oh, there we go. Got to break that block. All right, give it a test. There it goes. Okay, sweet. Now, as you can see, the water is filling in behind this one, and I do not understand why it works on this side but not on the other side. So, okay, so after a bit of further testing, I figured out that the issue is that with this block right here, so this is the back side. Let me show you. So that's like the stop block when it comes into the little dock here. So that this block to the right of it and this block to the left of it need to be water source blocks. That one and that one. That seems to fix the issue. What I ended up doing on my example that I showed you at the beginning of the video was I did this. So here's another thing, like if that doesn't solve your problem with the water, then what I did is I actually filled in the entire bottom layer with furnaces, and that seemed to do it for some reason also. So yeah, so those are a couple things to try if you're having the water trough issue. Well, that's it for this little video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you build this in your own world, and as always, God bless.